Well, I think you know what's about to go down. Several months ago, I got on Marketplace and I found this plow. It's a KFI Pro Poly. They're made for side-by-sides. Of course, you know I got some help. Ronan's with us today, so you know it's gonna go right. Anyways, it's made for a side-by-side, and so it's got one of those side-by-side mounts on it. My issue with that is my Samurai is way higher than where that mount would go. So my plan is, I got a welder, and I got a fab table, B4, and I got a bunch of steel. I think I'm gonna try and make a plow mount. I've seen people weld mounts off of the spring perches, so I think that's the direction I'm gonna go. I got some 1.5 inch by 3 inch tubing. It's 1/8 wall, and I went to the local fab shop and they had a bunch of these tabs and stuff. So I think what I want to do is weld these tabs like that on this tubing and weld something like this onto my spring perch and then make a swivelly plow mount. This thing's not real heavy. I can almost lift it by myself. It's kind of unwieldy because of how big it is, but it's 6 foot wide and it's about 2 foot tall. And you can see with the lift that I got, it's gonna look pretty cool. Now it just clears my tires on this side and just clears them over here too. So I think it's gonna be a good little addition. All right, let's get started. Let Ronan start designing this build. We're gonna throw it together. Let's go. I'm here at work today. It's a Saturday. Nobody's here. So I should be able to knock this right out. I guess I'm a fabricator now. We're gonna be using my old Miller-Matic 211 today. Got a couple of grinders, fab table. Let's go. Okay, I've got this thing tilted back and I'm making measurements. I have about 6 inches to 8 inches of clearance over there. And it has this little wing on it. And I think that's plenty of clearance. My measurement from, I got a point of reference where those pieces of flat bar go. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop those tubes off and weld straight to the existing plate. And my measurement, if I do that, from my spring perch to the end of that plate is about 36 inches. So that gives me a good point of reference. If I cut my tubes 36 inches, then with the eyes on the end, it'll push the plow out just a little bit, another couple of inches. And I think that's my measurements. My spring perch, the center of my spring perch to the ground is 16 inches. So that'll be the eye of the tab and where I'm gonna weld it. And just to give you kind of a visual of what my plan is, I'm gonna come back like this and I'm gonna come up like this. And then I'm gonna weld my tabs about like that. So just gotta get some measurements here and start cutting and welding. Now I've got these 2 short pieces and I've got that 1 long piece right there. I've got these tabs and I have a bunch of flat plate and a bunch of stuff over in the corner over there that I've collected over the years. So if I need any little pieces or parts, I think I'm gonna throw it together. Let's go. I know it's pretty dark in here, but my tentative idea is I'm gonna end up welding those tabs onto that, so it's not gonna sit that close to the spring perch. It's gonna be pushed off about 1.5 inches. But then to come down and then come with a piece of this off of here to go on over to here, and then I'm gonna weld it into this existing plate. And I'm just gonna cut all of this out of here. So that's kind of where I'm going, the direction I'm going. So that's my first piece. I'm gonna throw another piece over there. Let me weld them tabs on, and then we'll go from there. Let me show you what I did here. So I used some washers and I spaced these off. Spaced them off a little bit with like 2 washers, and that way it gives me a little bit of room to be able to plug this sucker in there. They're just tack welded on right now, but that's the tentative design. And then the way that thing's gonna sit in there is it's gonna sit like that in the Samurai, and then I'm gonna have a tab on the front of that spring perch, and then it's gonna be able to hook up to a straight piece that goes straight to the plow. My wife just texted me. I need to run to the house, so I'm just gonna leave this stuff here, and you know how it is. We'll be back. Well, it's the next day, and guess what? I didn't film any of this. All right, so here, let me get a light. I went under here and I welded those eyelets on the spring perches like that, right there. And I built this mount. And so my idea is I'm gonna cut this mount off right at this, where these bolts are right here, this thing right here. I'm gonna cut all that off. And then I've got a piece of angle iron that I'm gonna weld that too. Sorry I didn't film all this, but it's dark in here, and it's way after hours, and I'm just chugging along because it started snowing. And buddy, we got some snow. So it's about 8 o'clock on a Thursday night, and I want to get this video done for Saturday because I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks, and so I've been just busting out what I can do. Ronan kind of likes the snow. Come on, buddy. Let's go inside. So anyways, you see what I got going on here. For now, I'm gonna use my big winch to lift this thing, and I think I'm just gonna take this little doodad right here with the 3 holes and just weld it to that piece of angle iron on the front, and just weld all this sucker up. I'm gonna cut this off real quick. Well, that's cut off. That literally took like 2 minutes. All right, well, now we gotta set it all up in front of the Samurai, and then tack weld this on, and then finish weld it. So I'm gonna prep that surface so whenever I weld, it'll weld nice, and let's go. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Y'all know what time it is. There's snow outside. Let's go push it around. plow works pretty good. So my plan is to get an ATV winch or something and mount it right there and run a pulley to operate the plow, because I can see already that using my regular winch is starting to tear up the line. So I don't want that to break, obviously, but that was temporary. I built that last night in about I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. Works pretty good. All right, well, I was over here doing my mother-in-law's driveway and piling up snow with my new plow, and it's already broken a mount. Let me show you what I did. I hit a curb over there trying to get it away from their mailbox, and I broke this weld right here, but that's good because what I planned on doing anyways was putting a piece of this right here and then cutting that down and plating the back of it, or even maybe coming up higher and making this. See, I wanted this mount right here to be horizontal with the ground as much as possible, but I literally just welded this on the ground, and it's all cattywampus anyways and kind of not perfect. So I think I want to come maybe from here up to here and then maybe plate it up. And I have more plans than that. I'm going to put a 4-wheeler ATV winch right here with like a roller going up to the rig anyways. So this is good. That mount's broke. Let's look at it. You can see where my weld cracked right there. But I'm gonna go over to the shop and drop this thing off, let it defrost, because I gotta fix that. You can see how the plow is kind of angled up now. It was flat with the hood, so broke them out. Yeah, Ronan says my welding sucks, but you can see the slant on that. And I'm gonna bring this thing in. I wanted to change the design anyways, and bring a bar right there and then chop off that little hang down piece and then put in a little bit more bracing. I just kind of didn't know what I was doing whenever I built this. I just kind of did it on the floor, and I made some half measurements. But you can totally see how far up that one is and how low that one is. So that mount broke, but it's good because I wanted to change it anyways. Either way, the plow works really great. I'm having fun with it. I've been plowing around work here, hitting the sidewalks and stuff like that. And man, it's a game changer having a little plow on my Samurai. Of course, this thing doesn't weigh nothing. So big snow berms and stuff like that, it'll push something that's 3 or 4 foot tall. Like if I need to move a berm over a little bit, as long as the snow isn't solid, it'll push it over. But for like 6-8 inches of snow, this is perfect. It's a side-by-side plow that I got off the marketplace, and it's made out of polymer, I'm pretty sure. It's not metal. And I have a 25-foot driveway, so I figured if nothing else, I'll be able to do my driveway. And I've already hit my driveway twice. Hit my mother-in-law's driveway, been kind of messing around here at work. And I think this is a part 1 to the plow and the upgrades that I'm about to do to it. All right, if you watch my video to the end, I appreciate it. Leave a like, leave me a comment. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me how my design on my plow mount was trash. Anyways, thanks for watching my video.